Welcome again, it's been a smidge, to the Subtle Nerd Podcast. I'm Steven.
I'm Tim.
I'm Scott.
We wanted to get together today to talk some current events that we're passionate about. So each of us has brought a different topic that we'll discuss for a few minutes. Please feel free to leave your thoughts on said issues in comments or the Instagrams or the Facebooks, wherever you partake. And we can let Mr. Tim dive right in.
Oh, I'm going first.
You can
Hot
if you
dang.
want, otherwise I'll just start talking.
Okay. No. We don't want that. All right.
Know what
So-
grinds my gears?
No, we're not doing that one yet. I have two
Oh,
potential things that I want to talk about. That's not potential. I have two things I want to talk about. They're right here on this paper, and you can't see it because it was too fast. So, one, let's start out with Lara Croft, ladies and
Yay.
gentlemen. Do we remember who Lara Croft is, Scott?
Tomb Raider.
Yes, she is from the game Tomb Raider, which spawned one moderately successful movie and another movie.
and something else set to film.
Yeah, I didn't write the dates down. So Angelina Jolie, gotta
Yeah.
say her name right if we're
Yeah.
gonna be professional.
Mhm.
Was like what, 2001? Something like that.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And then I think the second one and I wrote her name down because I'm never gonna remember it. And I wrote her name down too small. Oh no,
well,
it's on the other side of the
Angelina
paper.
played it in both of the 2001 and 2003 films.
That's right. There were two, weren't there?
There were two. And then we got a whole new slew of video game reboots for Tomb
Yes.
Raider that took a little bit of a different direction. They were fun,
We
though.
got that sequel. What was the date of the other one with Angelina?
2003.
So 2 years between. Okay, good for her. And then there was a new one in 2018. Alicia Vikander played Lara Croft. So I do have. Hold on. Do I have it? Nope. Hold on, guys. You just got to give me a second because this whole screen sharing thing.
It's the green button. It's the only green button. Not
No,
just
no,
like
no.
it's the green button. It is the only button that is green.
All right. So
You have a green button?
I thought I had a picture of
removed yours.
Alicia. Yeah. No bears for you. So I thought I had a picture of Alicia, but I don't. Because I never saw the movie. I admit, I never saw the sequel because I completely forgot about it, the Angelina sequel. But I did see the original. I remember liking it. This was probably 20 years ago. Oh, there she is. There's Alicia. Good for her. There's a picture of her. She was Lara Croft for a movie. So we have currently in production. I would go out to say. Hold on. Share, you fool, share. There is a Netflix series with Haley Atwell voicing Lara Croft. We all know Haley Atwell from Captain America and subsequent Marvel movies as Peggy Carter. I'm pretty sure this isn't what she's going to look like in the series. I think it's not a movie. I misspoke.
You
So
said voicing there, Tim.
she did. I did. She is voicing her, but it's a series. It's not a movie.
Is it going to be like a CGI series or animated or?
Animated
it is
adventure.
like kind of anime. So let me stop sharing because this is just like mock-ups of what she could have looked like. Just to be sure, we want to know what she really looks like. Let me just bring her up. And I think this is one of the more popular pictures of her with me that I've ever seen. That's Haley Atwell, ladies and gentlemen, just to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Who's the one on the left?
The one with the hair or without?
One with the hair.
Which left?
The other right. The other right. Your other right.
So that is Haley Atwell, ladies and gentlemen. She's a lovely lady. I remember her back being very warm. That was a good
Odd
time.
fact.
Scott, dial 91, and then when I tell you, dial 1 again.
No, we won't
Have
need it.
him go to Haley Atwell's house.
So yeah. Oh, I do have it. Oh, I have all these pictures ready for us. That's all right. I don't need pictures of Angelina. So she is voicing Lara Croft in a new series of episodes. So I'm curious as to what your thoughts on that are.
I think it'll be fun. It comes out this year. this October.
October, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff coming out in October. This will be fun.
So
A
We
fun
can't
October.
show the trailer in our podcast. Obviously, we'll get it flagged and taken down, and there'll be slaps on the wrists and stuff. But if you get a chance, go watch the trailer. It looks pretty good.
You get slaps on the wrist? Yeah,
If I'm lucky,
call my guy and tell him not to.
They go to Scott's house.
my guy.
It's just
You
'cause I
ruined
was
the
cute.
algorithm.
So my question, I guess,
Steven.
in addition to how do you think she'll do as a voiceover actress, the other question, who could play her currently in a live action? Would Haley Atwell be able to play her, or
Yes.
is she too old? Because Lara Croft's only supposed to be in late 20s, early 30s in the game.
That's a flexible part. I would say
Yeah.
Haley Atwell, absolutely.
Or Robert Downey Jr.
Disney, don't tell Disney. They'll do
He's
it.
playing everybody else.
They'll
Tropic
talk
Thunder style.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
That would be. You know what? Let's go see that. Let's review that in live and in person. But yeah, I
I'm in.
think she'd be able to do a good
I
Lara
think
Croft
she
live
would.
action.
I think
so.
she would do just fine.
And I was trying to think of like other people who could do it. Somebody online suggested Melissa Barrera, who was in, I think, one of the most recent Scream movies. Okay, that's fine. She's got the dark hair. She's got the physique. I think that would work. But somebody sitting in this chair where I am right now
Oh,
also thought maybe somebody else might be able to do a good job. And her name is Jessica Henwick. Here's just, a picture of me and her. In case you don't know who Jessica Henwick is,
Hmm.
she entered the nerd community, I guess, in Iron Fist, Netflix's Iron Fist. That was also a series that was on TV for a little while, but she was one of the best parts of it, I thought.
Any
She played-
comments on back temperature?
No, but she did steal my hat in this picture. That's my hat. She took the hat right off my head for the picture. I was more than okay with it. Look at my hat hair. Look at that. She was also in, and I do have this page up.
it's all about the screen sharing today.
I'm ready, baby. She was in Game of Thrones. I guess she entered the nerd community
Oh,
through Game of
oh,
Thrones.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys,
Yeah.
welcome to the party.
Thanks for inviting us.
Oh, there she is in that
Iron
movie
Fist.
or that series that I just talked about. And I'm wondering, she was in The Force Awakens. She was an X-Wing pilot. It's one of those like blink and you miss her 3 scenes type thing.
Hmm.
She survived. And coincidentally, when I met her, The Force Awakens had just come out. I asked her if she was going to be in the subsequent Star Wars movie. She said, I hope so. Here's to hoping. She wasn't in them, unfortunately. But yeah, she's Game of Thrones, Iron Fist, Star Wars. She's getting a lot of work right now. She was in the 4th Matrix down here on the bottom right. Yeah, she's out there. She's doing some great things. I think if we're thinking outside the box, I'd really like to see her as Lara Croft.
Okay.
Any ideas on who could potentially play her in your worlds, or kind of throwing this at you guys?
I mean, if they're already doing an animated series, I think they could just do more with an animated series.
They could.
They can make her be whatever they want. I think Haley Atwell would do a wonderful job.
Agreed.
For the voice acting part, it'd be Nancy Cartwright all the way.
You're joking, but she's a great actress, voice actress.
She is.
So many voices.
I know. She's got to have a Lara Croft in there somewhere. doesn't she? Come on.
It's
It's just
true.
gotta be in there.
All right, so that was one of my 2.
That's awesome. And you had pictures of yourself too.
No,
Let me screen share a shot
this-
of more me.
Guys, this wasn't about me. I'm sorry you took it.
This wasn't about me. Let me.
All right, what do we got? Naked bears? Pudding? What are we
Naked
talking
Bears.
about?
So I did have an interesting one. It's more of it is kind of news-ish, but it's kind of like how you interpret this. So again, Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom going forward, right?
Yes.
How is that gonna muck with the multiverse thing? It's
So-
gonna get weird quickly, yeah?
Well, yes, no. They've already said that he's not going to be a Tony Stark variant. So good job, Scott. Way to jump in here with some good stuff.
A Tony Stark variant. Okay.
He's not a Tony Stark variant. So this isn't like Tony back from the dead. It's not like Tony from an alternate universe who just who went bad. It's Victor Von Doom. I mean, Chris Evans gave us Human Torch and Captain America. You know, separate universes, but
But this is the same universe,
It is.
and it's not that far removed. If we're talking, what, Endgame? It's only
yes.
been a few years.
Here's the big thing with this, though, and I think this is why Robert Downey Jr. can play it. There's a couple good reasons. One, he's, aside from being hilarious, he's a really fantastic actor. Two, Victor Von Doom is horrifically disfigured and wears a metal suit. So it's not going to be like we're going to see Robert Downey Jr. like the way that he looks. We're going to see him horrifically disfigured, and behind an iron mask.
It's
So
not even enough
essentially,
time
we're
for
getting
reincarnation, though, right? Like it's. he's
what's
just,
that?
I said it's not even enough time for reincarnation or anything, right? It's like, I don't know. I guess it's
No,
just
we're not
weird
doing.
though.
No, not totally not weird because they're not even going to show his face as you know it.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Doctor
I
Doom is
can't.
horrifically disfigured.
So okay, so you're comparing this to kind of, and please somebody remind me of her name. She played Velma in the live action Scooby Doo's. She's
Uh,
Hawkeye's wife,
oh my God,
and she also plays
Card
the
Cardini, Cardellini, Linda
Linda.
Cardellini. Got
Linda,
it.
yes. So she's in Guardians 3, and she's also in she's Hawkeye's wife. So by your theory, she played both fine because we don't see her face in Guardians 3. We just hear the voice, which isn't, her normal voice. So
I
I
think
guess
that's
my
how they do it.
question, are we gonna see Doctor Doom get disfigured, or is he just gonna come in disfigured, kind of like what they did with Spider-Man, and just have that a quick conversation like, how'd you get the webs? Oh, I was bit by a spider. The end. So are we gonna see Robert Downey Jr.'s face at all?
If they
And is he
do anything, it's going to be like a flashback to like when him and Reed were in like college together or something like that, to showcase the accident. Reed was there, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to look that up in a second. That's just what I'm remembering. But yeah, he's horrifically disfigured. We'll only get his actual face in a flashback. It's going to be straight out of freaking Weird Science, Robert Downey Jr. We'll get de-aged Robert Downey Jr. So we're not
But we've
actually.
seen that too.
Yeah, and it was awesome. But
I want Air America, Robert Downey Jr.
you'll have it.
What was it? It was Winter Soldier, right? Where we saw de-aged Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. No,
Like
Civil
straight
War.
out of weird.
Civil War,
Huh?
right? Civil War, right?
It was the beginning. Oh, you're
Civil
right. It
War.
was Civil War. Yes, because they showed
Yes.
Winter Soldier killing parents. Yes. It was Civil War.
I think they can do it because he's going to be disfigured, other heavy prosthesis, and
Good
a
job.
iron mask.
Okay.
I think that's how they do it.
If we really truly don't see his face, then it's probably nothing to worry about. I mean, it's just weird to me, right? That's all. It's like he was Iron Man. I guess, man, it's been a little while now since Endgame came out, isn't it?
5 years.
Yeah.
That's not
So-
long though.
And then
Hmm.
2000, the new Avengers is coming out in 2026, right? So they're even calling it Avengers too.
Yeah.
So
Which the Russo brothers are directing, which I'm excited about.
sure, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just seems too soon to come back as another character, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I disagree with Steven. I really think they have to do something different. They're not gonna just have Robert Downey Jr. there and Thor, when they inevitably meet in one of the Avengers movies, gonna be like, aren't you? Nope, that's not me. Okay, cool. No, it's they got to do something different.
It worked
gotta
in
be-
Blazing Saddles.
Did it?
No, no, it did not.
I don't know. I guess it's speculation. We'll see. I'm still excited. I was confused when they made that announcement because I don't read the comics. I don't know the lore. Like Steve mentioned, the variants or whatever. I don't know what they were gonna do. But in Russo we trust, in Feige we trust. We'll see what happens.
And does Doom really have like a similar personality to Tony Stark? I know that. Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
Ew.
He
Yeah,
does
see.
not.
Yeah.
I knew him from the Fox movies, but that's really it. Yeah, I know.
Dude.
Slap
Dr.
my wrist.
Doom has been ruined in every incarnation on the big screen. If you want to see a cool incarnation of him, watch the animated Earth's Mightiest Avengers season 2, episode 1. Dr. Doom is on there. That's his personality. He is unflappable. He's got his own set of morals and codes, but he's uber smart, makes tons of, his little Doom bots to follow him around. He knows magic in addition to his technology, so it'll be cool how they incorporate that with his technology.
Seems
He's awesome.
too
and
similar to
he's
Iron
a
Man, though,
villain.
doesn't it?
Minus the drinking problem, the magic, and the desire for world conquest. Yeah, exactly like Iron Man.
The technology was there, the bot building. I don't know. Maybe it'll be fun.
So his suit wasn't like an Iron Man suit. It was essentially armor that he just wore.
We'll see.
It wasn't like, look at my cool rockets.
I don't know. What if he has rockets?
Then they gave him rockets.
Your counter argument is impeccable. I love it. I was trying to think. I never saw the reboot of Fantastic Four. Now, of course, my phone's not working.
I don't think
Who
you need
played
to.
him? Who played him in the newer one? Do we know?
Toby Kebbell.
No, you just made that name up.
I did not
Yeah, he did.
fact check it.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
The Silver Surfer one?
No, that was a sequel to the first one. That was the
Oh,
same
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Jessica Alba and Michael Chiklis, Julia McMahon. I don't know the guy's name, but that's who played Doom in the first and second one. Fox.
I was looking up Toby Kebbell, who is a real person and played Dr.
Don't
Doom
make-
in the reboot of
You
Fantastic
just
Four.
created a wiki on him just now.
I did. Let me
Just
finish
see it.
typing so I
On
can
your
get it up on the
fake
screen.
AI
It's just
person.
a picture of me. I'm the
All right, bring him up.
variant. I'm
Let
the
me-
variant.
Let me let you
Kebbell.
share your screen. Hold on, I'm gonna pretend I'm important. You can share your screen now. There we go.
Oh, well, Tim, thank you.
You're welcome. Bring up this Toby Kebbell.
So this was the monstrosity that we got in the new Fantastic Four, which is an awful Doctor Doom, but this is him.
Looks like Jared Leto's Joker.
Oh God.
Stop! No, this is not political, folks. I swear to you.
I just tried to press a button.
Oh no, I think I saw his face. No, it's better with the bad CGI. Sorry, no offense, Toby.
Wow. This was the first Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the plastic-looking mask.
Yeah. It was truly awful.
He looks like somebody
Star
trying to be
Wars.
George Michael.
Or the Emperor.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
He played Doctor Doom.
So this is a great segue into what you were wanted to talk about, Stefan.
I'm just looking at the upcoming announced slate for Marvel's cinematic universe.
The official list.
I do. I'm on Rotten Tomatoes, just scrolling down. They have series as well as movies that have been announced that were announced.
just-
What was it? San Diego Comic-Con as well as
And
D23.
D23. Yeah. Okay. So Cap 4 is next, right? Am I right in that?
Let's see. Agatha All Along, the series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We got Daredevil Born Again, a series.
Wait, when's that come out?
That is
That's before Cap?
that's next year.
Okay.
That's the series. Then we got Cap, Brave New World, next year, February 14th. We've
Oh.
got
Valentine's Day. Bummer.
Thunderbolts 3 months
Yes.
after that. We've got Fantastic Four First Steps. We need another reboot, of course, and
The
another
26th?
origin story. That's July 25th, 2025.
That's next year.
Yeah, they already announced Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards. So we got Ironheart TV series. She was the character in Wakanda Forever. They keep saying Blade 2025. I'll believe it when I see it because they announced
25.
Yeah, they announced
So-
Mahershala Ali as Blade in 2019.
So they have 3 movies coming out in 25?
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Then the-
Technically, he was in a movie already.
His voice first like
Yeah.
6 seconds, the Eternals, and you don't even
Yeah.
know it's him.
Nope.
Like, why is Blade speaking to the Black Blade? I don't get
Right.
it. Why would he?
It's not a race joke, folks. That's his real name.
Indeed.
Move on.
2026 Avengers Doomsday. Then there's Vision Quest, a series in 2026. There's a Wonder
wasn't-
Man series.
Wasn't that Roy Scheider? Vision Quest?
Yes, Vision, the robot Vision, who was destroyed in Infinity War. I guess will get his own series again.
Oh, I'm thinking Sequest. You remember that with Roy Scheider back in like the late 90s?
Indeed.
Oh my gosh. Man, now I
Jonathan
gotta watch that
Brandis
series.
was on there as
Yes,
well.
Brandis. Oh, R.I.P. sir.
I know.
There was another Pedro. I didn't even hear of that one until just now.
Another Pedro Pascal.
You mean the thing that I just said 5 seconds ago?
He didn't say that.
I did, in
did.
fact.
Did
He
he
said
say that?
Pedro. That's
Tim,
the only name he
roll
said.
the
for the new
tape.
one.
He said Pedro, but he said the Avengers movie.
I
didn't
said
know about
Pedro Pascal as
Silly
Reed
goose.
Richards in the Fantastic Four movie.
There you
I
go.
absolutely said it.
He
Okay.
did. He said
Good
it.
job.
You silly goose. So,
You get
in
a
case
cookie.
you're wondering, Sequest was 93 to 96 with Roy Scheider and Jonathan Brandis. Okay.
I wasn't wondering it, but now I am. And then Avengers Secret Wars, the movie, is 2027. So we're a number of years out from that. And then they got, just to be decided, Armor Wars, another Shang-Chi movie, Spider-Man 4, an X-Men movie, since they own the rights to 20th Century Fox now. So not only can we do Fantastic Four, but now we can do X-Men and not have to worry about, like, shoehorning them in random places.
So
I don't
are we
know.
going to get X-Men in the 2 Avengers movies?
I heard somewhere they want to do like it's not on this slate, but Avengers versus X-Men movie, like they did a comic book of that. Like my whole thing was I was talking to a buddy about this, and I think I was talking to you, sir, Timmy Gansky, about
It's
this.
me, guys.
If it's Avengers versus the X-Men, who on the X-Men is beating Thor? Who?
Hawkeye.
All
Oh,
of them.
sorry.
Like all of them can go against Thor. They're all together. They're going to lose together as a team. I don't see where they would win.
Did they bring Scarlet Witch back? And if so, where's she going to be? Which side?
And can Magneto team up with the X-Men?
I mean,
That's a
he
war.
certainly can. Will he?
Willie. Oh,
Willie.
I
Free
mean,
Willie.
him maybe, if his magnetism powers can circumvent the magic of Mjolnir, then yeah, Mjolnir's made out of metal. So yes, Magneto would be able to stop that while
it's
getting
a metal
punched through
from
his
a
head by
different.
Thor, who without the hammer is still formidable.
Would he be able to control that? The hammer? It's not a metal of Earth.
It's not a metal of Earth, and it's a very magical artifact. So I don't know. That's an X factor. Thank you. I'll see myself out. I don't know. It's an interesting question. Would it work? Would his
Yeah.
power work? If it does, I think he's the game changer for them and would have to be on the team for them to stand a chance. The only other person I was thinking about would be Rogue. She'd be able to steal his power. I was arguing with my buddy too. Like, does that also steal his essence? And would that make her worthy? Or does Mjolnir know your essence and you would still not be worthy even if you absorb the power of Thor? Welcome to a nerd podcast, folks. This is what we're talking about.
I mean, we did all see in Thor: Love and Thunder, Mjolnir has a personality, stronger personality than we've seen in any other movie. So yeah, who would it choose? Yeah, I see your face, Steven.
That was a movie that was made.
It certainly was.
How do you feel about it, though?
We don't have time for that in this one. We're already 40 minutes in.
Already cooking with this. So
Right.
my big overall thing was when I heard that they were going to do Secret Wars, I was excited because they announced a new Spider-Man film coming up. We just acquired the rights. We can do lots of stuff and play around in the different, with the comic books
Look.
that Marvel owns. Did we not have anything back from Sony where we can just do all of the...
I think it's still Sony.
So the original Secret Wars back in the early 80s, when they did that comic book, that's where Spider-Man got the black suit, was that comic book series. And then they wrote it later on, oh, it's an alien that he got. And then that became Venom. I was hoping this was how they're going to work Venom into the Marvel Cinematic Universe by doing the Secret Wars movie first, have him get the black suit, and then do the next Spider-Man film showcasing the black suit and having Venom be the villain.
Sony still owns the rights, FYI.
Never mind. So we're gonna go with the 2015 comic book series.
Sorry to disappoint everyone listening.
Yes, thanks for that, Tim. So they're gonna go for the 2015 comic book series. I did not read, but it went on. Apparently, Doctor Doom acquired godlike powers and was just running amok through the multiverse, and it's where they collapsed two different comic universes in one. We're getting complicated, folks. There's gonna be a lot to keep track of. Everyone's gonna have to bring notebooks.
They're all played by Robert Downey Jr.
They're all played by Robert Downey Jr.
It's just a man playing a man, playing
It's a
another
man.
man.
That played another.
It's Robert Downey Jr. as the Invisible Woman. So I guess he's gonna do something crazy, acquire godlike powers, and then mop the floor with everyone, similar to what Thanos did.
That's new.
That's new. It's brand new, but it worked.
So I present my question again. Do they bring back Scarlet Witch? So my daughter, Camden, is a huge fan. Cried when I don't think this is spoiling anything because this has been a few years. They killed her off in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We never see her die. We just see a little poof, which Camden loves to say could have been her, displacing herself to another part of the world safely, where she can live on a different apple orchard if she wanted to. Like a few weeks ago, when I met Sam Raimi, who was the director of
Evil Dead,
Evil Dead and Doctor Strange Multiverse of
Spider-Man.
Madness. I unfortunately wasn't able to bring Camden with me, so I told him as he's signing the item I took for him, I said, "I'm sorry my daughter's not here. She would have loved to talk to you and yell at you about killing off her favorite character." And he smiled at me and he said, "Oh, Scarlet Witch, I get that a lot." I was like, "I bet you do." What I asked him was, I said, "I'm sure it wasn't all your idea because it was the writers." And then he kind of smirked. He's like, "Well, I was one of the writers on that movie, so it kind of was my idea." He continued to say that you never know with comic book movies. She could come back, and then he did a little shrug. She could come back, is what he said. That was how he ended our conversation.
They
So
could remake Peter Pan too.
they could.
They're
Tinkerbell
gonna
is in it.
remake Peter Pan. It's the same as the comic books themselves. The writers can make it whatever they want.
She was such a powerful entity in every part of X-Men movies, comics. I just don't see how they would want to move on without Scarlet Witch. So I think she would be back, and that would bring a huge power into whatever side she chose.
They could
So
bring her
in the
another character to
comics,
play.
in the comics, her and Quicksilver are the children of Magneto,
Right.
which they didn't bring up. Of course, they didn't touch on that at
They couldn't.
all.
Legally, they couldn't.
They didn't even call them mutants. When we first got to see them at the end of Age of Ultron, it wasn't Age of Ultron. It was another movie where they said they talked about the children, the gifted ones.
Yeah.
You see them both in their respective cages, but they never called them mutants.
Yeah, that was before Age. That was bonus scene in one of the movies. I can't remember which. They hinted towards that was it X-Men 3 with Fox, where Quicksilver said something about his father potentially being Magneto.
Oh, yes. In that film, they hinted at that very strongly. The 20th Century Fox with Michael Fassbender as Magneto. Yeah,
That's right. It was
heavily implied that.
Yep. That's right. But like you said, they never put it out there for real. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is playing 18 roles. They could bring her back and have
she's been played by Robert Downey Jr. That's how we bring her back.
Right. Yeah, you never know. That could be interesting.
We get him in a nice red suit.
Comes back as Tony Stark's cousin. Yeah. Why not?
They could bring back Kevin Bacon. He was the original owner of that helmet. First class.
That's true. That's true.
They already brought him back in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was gonna say
Christmas
he's already been Kevin Bacon
He already played
Kevin.
himself. Enormous, very mentally taxing role to play oneself. We usually hide ourselves.
Good stuff. So yeah, okay.
So lots of
Cap
fun
4.
movies coming down the pipe. Kind of interesting to see the direction that they want to go with all of them. And then the
Mhm.
series, everything was set up so well as we're leading up to Endgame. Everything had a plan, everything had a purpose. It was all pointing us to this one finale. And now we've had our finale. And they're like, let's just start putting out content. Like, just we got to get stuff out there because they were scrambling. And then I think
Yeah.
they scrambled again with because I think they wanted to do a movie where Kang is the big bad, which he absolutely can be. And they were
Could've been.
setting that up, but we lost the actor.
I was gonna say, how's that
So
case going?
probably not great. If it's going to be anybody, if they need to set up a big bad, it's Doctor Doom all the way. If it's not going to be Kang.
Be nice if they made it cohesive again, though. Like to your point about how it kind of all came together with Endgame.
Yeah, it all had a
But
purpose. Everything was going towards Thanos. Everything.
everything, even the non-Avenger movies, of course, right? Too. Everything
Yeah.
was going that way.
Yeah, he was in bonus scenes where they didn't even talk about him.
Yeah.
To Kang's point, I did see this online. It's not my original thought. Wouldn't it be hilarious if that's how they brought Terrence Howard back into the MCU, who was originally Rhodey in Iron Man,
Yeah.
left because of, I mean, I think it's salary dispute. We can all safely say salary dispute. But people have been recast before. Terrence Howard as Kang. That would be great. I don't think he'd go for it, but I think that would be hilarious.
I think he'd do well.
I think so too. I like him.
I do too.
Scott, what are you typing over there?
I was just looking up Terrence Howard again to
Oh,
see what
okay.
he was doing lately.
What has he done lately?
Nothing Marvel related.
Not
Oh,
since
that's
2008.
we're surprised.
Some things I've never heard of.
Tim, why don't you start us on your second point that I know you're
No,
very passionate about? Tim said no. Okay.
That is a flat out no, because we had a good comic book type group discussion about comic book things and comics and stuff. I'm gonna save this for later.
You're going
So.
over my helmet.
More like around.
To the side, really.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Because I mean,
Okay.
I think we're still in Marvel discussions. Like we got Agatha coming out in October. Daredevil. What did you say when Daredevil was coming out? Reborn?
Daredevil is, let me flip back to my trusted
You said
page
that
here.
was before Cap, which is February.
No, Cap is May. No, I'm sorry. Cap is February. Daredevil is, it says 2025. It's not giving us an exact date.
I would assume it's after Captain America 4. Because we got Agatha series, Cap 4 movie, potentially Daredevil after. Well, no, because Thunderbolts is like 2 months later, right?
Thunderbolts is May next year.
So it would make sense if Daredevil was after May. Just to kind of keep, that fire going.
Fire.
I think it'll be a great Christmas movie.
Hawkeye was a great Christmas series, I'll tell you that.
That was fun.
Such a fun
That was
series.
really fun.
I'm looking forward to the slate. I think there's a lot of hope out there as far as these movies go, because as they said in Deadpool, as they just said in Deadpool, there's a lull in the MCU for a while. But we're back, baby.
Yeah, because they're just putting out stuff that doesn't fit anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not going in any kind of direction. And then they're
No, they
putting out
Ryan
movies.
Johnsoned it.
Let's not talk about that.
You know, that worked out really well for another beloved franchise.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
He was great in Knives Out.
Was he though? I can't even accept it anymore.
I enjoyed Knives Out.
We're taking
will
it
say.
away from him.
Come on.
Give it back.
Take away the sequel. Give him the original. Oh, we got the.
It would be
Scott.
nice to have a direction again, like
Yeah.
everything leading up to something. Something
Seems like lesson learned.
I mean, it worked incredibly well. Like they destroyed DC on the live action movie front by going
They
with
do.
this very well laid out 11-year plan. Why would we not like go back to that and just do another one? Like, okay, we had Thanos here. All right, we're gonna lead up to Doctor Doom here. It's gonna happen in 5 years. These are the films that are gonna lead up to it.
Maybe
I
hire someone who doesn't hate Marvel.
It's a richer
Mm.
experience for the
Odd idea.
audience than just like, hey, we've got all these shows. All these characters can do half of nothing, but watch the show.
I think Feige and Favreau have Marvel's best interest at heart, but we'll see.
Same with Star Wars though with Favreau, right? Like his
Yes.
stuff was
Well,
good there.
Him and Dave
Favreau
Filoni.
wasn't in charge of the sequels. He was
Yeah, he's
more on
the
Oh
series.
yeah.
animation. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
I just
Jango
want to make
Fett.
sure the crowd, our 7 listeners, are clear on that. Last Jedi was not Favreau's fault.
No.
No.
We know who to blame for that.
Yes, we do. So, okay. Well, this was good.
I think so. I'd like to see a nice plan. Definitely excited for more Robert Downey Jr.
I love him as an
Yeah.
actor. Don't get me wrong.
I'm getting you
Making-
wrong. I don't
Good.
understand where you're coming from. I'm getting you
Yeah.
wrong.
You wouldn't get it. You're like reuse them all. Chris Helmsworth, he's got something. Give him to him. Just give it all.
Chris
They can all
Hemsworth's going to
reboot
play
themselves.
Hawkeye as well since Jeremy Renner had his accident.
Oh, they're gonna
Hey,
bring
he's
Chris
back,
Evans
baby.
back too, right?
He's walking.
Perfect.
He's walking around. He's doing things,
Awesome.
shooting arrows. I don't know if he is or not.
Again.
There, what'd you say? The wiki page, Steve, where you looked? Was there
For-
anything about the Young Avengers? I know they
No,
set that up.
I heard about that, but in my mind, when they're doing that, that was an animated movie that came out like 15 years ago. So in my
Okay.
mind, they're just making live action movies of these animated movies because, fun fact, Iron Man and Doctor Strange were animated movies that I have on my blurred out shelf in the back.
No, you
Hold
don't. I stole him. Oh, yeah. Look at him walking, folks. Here he goes. Woo-wee. That's not a sexy walk, but
That
Okay.
was, you were
Fun
very
fact while we're
intrigued.
waiting for that, The Young Adventures
Hey!
is a movie from 1963.
look at that kid. There's a kid on that chair.
There
behind
is a
Steve.
kid on that
No.
chair. So we had these before we had the live action movies are very similar. We're talking about the Mandarin in this one. We're battling with Mordo in this one, and we're learning how we get our powers in this one. So there's these, right?
He's gone. You can run. You can run now. Oh, wait, you can't run. Look at him go.
And then we've got this, the next Avengers, which is their Young Avengers,
Okay.
right? But these have already been made. We're just doing live action versions of things that were already done.
He runs like a Welshman, doesn't he?
He does. Let's all wave. Let's all wave before he sits back down. Oh, she's gone. Let's all wave. Here she is.
There she is.
Miss America. I was wondering why you weren't saying the F word tonight.
Yeah. Usually you got to drop at least one or two.
Yeah, this is a PG one.
The algorithm, Scott.
It's
The
been real
algorithm. They'll come to my house and take me.
You can bring Jackson on. He's a sailor now, so
There you go. I want to hear Nick say butthole on here.
now we're
Mr.
PG.
Tim.
Yes, sure.
All right,
So
so we
Tim, I
saw a
want
little bit of
everything
Cap.
back that you've taken from me.
We've seen a trailer of Cap 4. Thunderbolts, there was a preview at D23. So I'm looking forward to both of them. David Harbour. I mean, just for David Harbour and Thunderbolts, I'm very excited to see him back on screen.
I like David Harbour too, from Stranger Things.
What happened to your voice? What's happening?
Nothing's happening. Red Hulk. We get Red Hulk in Captain America: Brave New World. So
Harrison Ford.
give me back my wife. I feel like they should.
Where's my family?
I feel like this is a
They're
really
here.
great opportunity to make Hulk scary again instead of Doofus Hulk that we've been getting since Age of Ultron.
Around then, yeah. No, he was kind of scary then.
Yeah, now we
Age.
established in Age of Ultron that Tony Stark is the powerhouse of the team when he beats the bejesus out of the Incredible Hulk.
It was a good fight scene though.
Yes, it was a good fight scene. Shenanigans. I liked the first Avengers movie, where the reason why that was so good for me is because the build up to the Incredible Hulk.
Mhm.
He was scary. He's lurking. Like everybody's like waiting for the Hulk to appear. And
That's my
like
secret.
the reveal it was such an awesome reveal. It did not disappoint, but it was the
Yeah.
whole build up towards that made it so good. I want Hulk to be powerful and scary again and not Doofus Hulk. I don't like Doofus
You're asking
Hulk.
a lot, Steven.
I
This is
am.
Disney we're
I
talking
am
about here.
asking a lot. But if they can rectify some stuff and make the Red Hulk scary and a formidable foe, I feel like Brave New World will be all the richer for it.
Agreed.
That's my rant, folks.
We all
The
have such
passion
high
was
hopes,
welling.
too.
It needed to come out.
Very much looking forward to the new slate. I'll say that. That's where I'll end it for
Oh,
myself.
you're ending it.
I mean,
you're call. Timmy
we
said
can keep
that's it.
talking. What are we?
He just ran out. I don't understand. Are you
Yeah.
good? You guys good?
Oh,
Scott's
Scott's
already
gone.
gone. He's
He's
like,
gone.
don't tell me twice. Leave meeting.
He had to put his pants back on, folks. Sorry.
Yes, this time I was wearing mine the whole time, as you guys can
Thank
see, as I'm running back and
goodness.
forth. I know you made me, but
Wait,
it's fine.
talk, Scott.
Oh God, what's happening? What is he doing?
What?
That's from The Great Outdoors. The Bald-Headed Bear, where we've got Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd, one of his best.
Yep. Yes, Roman Craig.
Well, I figured you were getting tired of my other bear, so I've switched him out for a different one.
That's a good bear. That's a good pull on bears. It was either that or Yogi, and I appreciate this one.
Hey, boo-boo.
Oh
Awesome,
man,
guys. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for making time to talk about our favorite stuff.
this was good, and I'm curious for the people who have stuck around, what format do you like? Do you like this format where we just kind of talk about random potentially current things, or maybe we could do some movies in and out of that? Maybe Thor, Scotty.
It would require
Maybe.
one of us to watch the film.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've seen it 100 times. Mhm.
No, I like this. We could do this. We could do the movies. We're not pigeonholed, my friends. We can do whatever we want. This is our podcast.
Ed Zachary.
We could
Do
talk
one
about
on Doctor
cookies.
Evil. Doctor
Dr.
Evil and Doctor Doom similarities.
versus Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Dude,
There we go. The three doctors.
Harry the Platypus. Let's do it.
All
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching where you watch.
Thank you
This was
all.
a good time.
Indeed.
Do the comment stuff. And we'll talk to you soon.
Toodles.